My name is Atreus, and you're watching the Dusty Olympics. If you like any part of my commentary, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Besides, it's free. And if I just so happen to get exposed as a hypocrite, a liar, a simp, or Lord forbid, a rainbow warrior later on, you can always come back and unsubscribe. Thank you.
Out the crime statistics?
Not exactly like.
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear. Like, I don't know. It's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games. Okay, I'm done today. I don't give a fuck. God, it's gonna be so fucking gay if I get killed in the next fucking 2 months of shit I'm doing. Well, the cuck shit out here. Please don't anybody make any actual fucking, the most cucked, weak-ass, fucking bullshit-ass speeches on my side. God, if it happens, holy shit, I'm gonna make a death note before I go out to go live and not... God, it's so cucked. It's so optics cucked.
Oh, man. I find it interesting that, first of all, he kept saying the word cucked like he isn't a cuck. We're talking about a man that literally got exposed for eating semen from another man out of his wife's, you know what I'm saying, vagina. I'm just, you know what I'm saying. Interesting, he's saying the word cucked, but whatever. I gotta be honest, you know, I wasn't able to upload a video the past week because I was trying to process what we just dealt with last Wednesday when it came to watching a man get murdered or assassinated right in front of his children and his wife. And then, you know, if that wasn't, you know, wild enough to watch people celebrate the death the murder as if this was some sort of international criminal who murdered people, watching him being compared to Hitler, that was insane to me. And now you got this fucking whack job, Destiny, on here saying that this is good because you need conservatives to be afraid of saying their making their opinions public. But it gets worse than that, because watch this. He actually went on Piers Morgan, all right? And let's just play.
You've been quite active on social media since Charlie Kirk's death. When Erica Kirk posted Charlie's coffin, you responded, she tagged him, brackets, crying face emojis. In response to Alina Haber's tweet ordering people to fly their flags at half-mast in memory of Charlie, you posted on X, buying flags and poles just to fly them fully erect. And you then posted yesterday, ending every conservative debate call out I do in 2026 with, don't dodge, bro. That's not what Charlie would have wanted. I mean, do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
Yes. I think that the only way this country moves forward into a better world is when conservatives can finally realize that they need to turn the temperature down on their side.
I can't believe what the hell I'm hearing. Did this nigga just say when conservatives turn down the temperature on their side? I'm sorry. Of which political party tried to assassinate the president-elect twice last year? Hell, a third time if they would have never caught the individual before he could ever do anything. Of the two political parties, which one of them celebrated the death of an innocent man who got caught in that assassination attempt and lost his life? I'm sorry, of the two political parties, which party burned down half of the country for a fent head, a life criminal? Of the two political parties, which ones literally burned down people's Teslas because Elon Musk was trying to help Donald Trump get elected? Of the two political parties, which one set a Tesla in front of the Trump building and blew it up? I'm so confused here. Let's keep going.
We are 10 years into whatever this Trump madness is, and there is not a single mainstream conservative that will call for a lowering of the temperature on their side. I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump. All of the recent political violence that's happened in this country over the past 20 years, the majority of it, the overwhelming majority of it, everybody gets mad because they keep asking Grok about it, has been conservative.
So basically what he just told you is, let the left have their way or else. And this is where it starts getting, this is why I was really like contemplating like what's about to happen, because to me, and I don't want to fear monger or nothing like that, but like I don't see any other way other than civil war, because the people on the left have made it abundantly clear. And I find it interesting that like pundits like Charlemagne the God said that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. And yet it's that side of the fence that are literally threatening to burn the country down and kill conservatives. They're calling for more violence. For what? Because we have different opinions? That's literally the anti-democracy. Like I'm confused here. He pretty much just told you, like, listen, go to the left or else. And like, you know, on my other YouTube channel, I cover the entertainment industry, and I've been getting from sources that there are certain things going on behind the scenes where there are certain companies in certain industries that are pretty much saying like, listen, after people started getting fired for celebrating the death or the murder of Charlie Kirk, there are some people in the industries that are saying that at this point, we no longer want to associate ourselves with anybody who's even considered right-wing or apolitical. The left is becoming more and more radical. They're the ones perpetuating assassination culture. You talk about cancel culture. Now they're perpetuating assassination culture. They can't argue you down. They can't stand up in the argument. They can't do anything. And so they've resulted to the point, if you have any opinion that does not side with theirs, they want you gone, dead, in the dirt. And they're going to dance on your grave. Let's continue.
Who shot Charlie Kirk?
A guy from Utah who was raised in a Christian family, who was a 22-year-old
guy
white
described.
Dude. He wasn't
Destiny.
trans. He didn't have a trans girlfriend. He didn't have any trans influences. He didn't have any trans bullets. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys were wrong on all of that.
To be clear, the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, has made it clear that their investigation has now established that he had been radicalized by...
So going back to what he said about he didn't have a trans girlfriend, that is a bold-faced lie. All right, there's a Fox News article right now that confirms his roommate was a trans woman who was not facing any charges, but was confirmed to have a sexual relationship with each other, and this was confirmed by his own family members. So Destiny, that's another lie. Okay. Well, I won't say the first one was a lie. It's just is disingenuous. But this is a lie. It was actually confirmed. This was confirmed. So that's a lie.
By a leftist ideology, which drove him to do this. That's just.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. When?
Yesterday, he said that.
No. When was he radicalized? In the 6 months that he did remote college? Not
I don't know when he was radicalized, but I do know.
What you just said
I do know the very reasonable sounding
true.
governor of Utah has made it clear that the
he hasn't made it
you may
clear.
not want
he
to
said
hear
this. Is
this.
an ongoing investigation.
You may not want to hear it,
it,
Destiny. But the reality is the
Again, another lie by Destiny. It was also confirmed by the Utah state governor that Tyler Robinson had engaged in a left-wing ideology that he received from his trans girlfriend, who was described by peers as hating right-wing Christians. Or conservative and Christians. I'm sorry, conservatives and Christians.
Investigators, according to the governor of Utah, have established that he was radicalized to a leftist ideology that drove him to murder Charlie Kirk. Now, let me just ask you.
That's just not true.
Let me just
There's
ask
no
you.
way to deal with it.
Okay,
You're living in a
accusing the
delusional
governor
fantasy.
of lying.
Yeah.
That's your prerogative. But
sure.
If it turns out to have been somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say, all of us need to calm down.
So
The
you
fact
won't
that he
condemn
can go
the
on
murder of
Fox and
Charlie
Friends-
Kirk
I'm
until
just-
Donald Trump says
Here's-
something.
I'm a YouTuber. Leftists and Democrats have been condemning and turning down the temperature, condemning violence, turning down the temperature for a decade. Donald Trump.
Oh, this nigga's a full-blown fucking liar. Lord have mercy, this nigga's a fucking liar. The left have been toning down for a decade. Is this nigga serious? The same left that tried to convince us that Leah Thomas won all those records in the NCAA swimming against women when he was a man. He was literally a man 6 months before, and he was in like the number 477 swimmer in the world, or not in the world, in the nation, and then suddenly became a woman overnight, and then decided to swim against women and got number 1 in all of those medals. Are you serious? The fucking UFC fighter from I forgot his name that was beating up women in the boxing ring or the fucking octagon, and we kept telling you niggas that was a fucking man, and you kept telling us we were homophobic and transphobic, and then it comes out later that it was actually a man. What? You've been toning it down? Are you serious? How about your own left-wing ally in J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, who's been a fucking leftist feminist her entire life, and then the moment she said that a man in a wig does not belong in a woman's restroom, you instantly called for her to be publicly executed. As a matter of fact, after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, her name popped up on many lists from left-wing retards for her to be next. But you've toned it down, man. And that's only starting. What about all of the men who have lost their careers off of false allegations? The Dodgers player who was falsely accused by 2 women. That's all left-wing bullshit. Johnny Depp, left-wing bullshit. Look at Hollywood and the bullshit that they're in right now. If you follow my main channel, you know. That's all left-wing bullshit. Let's keep going.
Can't go on TV and say all of us need to calm down.
Right.
Can you tell me why he cannot?
Why
tell
would you
his
expect
side?
anybody?
First of all, it's not that he cannot do it. He's already done it. There is no room for political violence in this country. Does that not apply to everybody? That reminds me of the time when Ice Cube went on to the Cocktail Queens with that Fox News shit on YouTube with Vivica Fox and whoever them other Lisa Ray Allen and them motherfuckers. And Vivica Fox asked Ice Cube with a straight face because she was upset that he endorsed Donald Trump. This was back during COVID. And she asked him with a straight face, "Oh, Ice Cube, I don't see anything in his contract with Black America for black women." And Cube, with a puzzled look on his face, said, "I'm sorry, Vivica. Are black women not black people?" And she got caught up in, "You know what I mean?" No, I don't. Well, I know what she means. But that's a conversation for a different day, because if I say that, that's going to be really controversial. So I know what she meant by that. But anyway.
Calm down.
Destiny.
You can't answer that. Can you answer that question? Why
Okay,
can't
can
Trump
you
go on
answer
TV
this
and say,
question?
all of us should be less violent?
Why do you
can't
think?
Trump say that?
Why do you
Why is
think?
your
Trump say
behavior
that? I feel like
contingent on Donald
I'm
Trump?
insane right now.
Why do you
is
think?
your
No, let me
behavior
ask a
contingent
question.
on Donald Trump?
Let me
Why
ask
is
a
that?
question.
Because he's the president of the United States of America and the leader of the
Yeah,
opposing
Destiny.
political
Destiny.
party.
Let me
You
just.
have a huge audience of young men who
I'm a
listen to
YouTuber
everything you have to
who
say.
has more
So
young
when
men
you,
following
it
him.
doesn't
Who
matter.
has
You have a
more young-
huge
it doesn't
audience,
matter.
and because
This
of
is
the fact that
world
you have a
I'm
huge
living in,
audience,
and
you
your
have
brain
a
has been
responsibility
broken by
to
online
not
rhetoric.
turn. No,
And
it
your
hasn't.
brain
It
has
hasn't been
been
broken. I
destroyed
actually care
because
about the
people
country
bullied you on
and want to bring
Twitter.
people together.
If
You do
then
the
you should tell
opposite.
Donald
You
Trump to tell
represent the
people
worst
to
of us,
be
Destiny.
less.
We should tell Donald Trump to tell people to be less violent. Is this nigga serious? The motherfuckers committing all the violence is telling us that we got to tell the president to tell people to be less violent. This is insane. This is insane. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Destiny is a whack job.